got to get all hands on deck, playing at a high level to get out of the series. So got to do my part for sure.
Just simply put, how are you feeling right now physically?
Great. Hopefully that's the last knee question tonight.
Is it harder? Steve was saying how much harder it is to come back from a long layoff right into the playoffs than easing into the regular season. Do you think that's accurate?
I don't know. It's my first time going through that experience, so just waking up every day with optimism and confidence in myself and where I'm at, and that's all I can really kind of speak on. There isn't time to kind of coast or ease your way into it, especially with the intensity, and pressure and all that stuff. So you gotta be ready.
Kevin says the last thing I ever worry about is Steph Curry's shooting because he's the best shooter in the world. Do you ever worry about Steph Curry's shooting?
No. That's why I've gone 0 for 11 before shooting threes, or 1 for 8, whatever the case is. You always shoot that next shot with the optimism and the confidence that's going in. So you can work on stuff in between practices and games, get your rhythm, just seeing the ball go in, work on your mechanics, but never lose confidence in myself ever, and that'll never change.
You got called for 2 kind of whack down fouls. How tough is it when your partner's driving at you to keep your arms straight up and kind of whack down?
It's tempting, but we know the MO on that, so we gotta resist the urge, play solid, defense without fouling, show our hands, and understand the percentage chance that you're gonna get a steal in that situation or a clean swipe or whatever is pretty slim. And over the course of 48 minutes, that's 2 more points for him, and slows the pace down and everything. So you gotta resist the urge as much as you can.
Steph, you said a few times this season of if shots aren't falling, you kind of have this amnesia about it in the middle of the game. Do you have that in between games too, or is it a mix of analyzing?
I mean, I think about the shots that I missed, and you might look at film and see if something was off mechanically or whatever, but I don't lose any sleep over it. You come in a day, you work on your game, as every professional does, put the time in to get yourself where you need to be, from just kind of just being comfortable, and hopefully that'll lead to success next game.
How many shots do you try to get up in a practice like this, especially after you haven't shot the ball well? Do you shoot more?
Nah, I have pretty set routine, so it just depends on how I'm feeling or what the sensei Q says I should do. So I just made that name up for him, but I'm going with it.
Is it a matter of you hit 1 or 2 in a game and your rhythm is you're right there?
I only need 1. That's all I need.
Yeah, I mean, but then you're back in flow.
Actually, I might not need any because hopefully that first one I shoot on Game 3 goes in, so I don't really need any. But I have confidence in myself, and teammates have confidence in me to do what I need to do. So never worry about it because I know how hard I work at it. It's not a false sense of confidence. I know how hard I work at what I do.
Do you love the fact that everybody's asking you so many questions about this? Can you just not wait to show everybody that it's not an issue at all?
It's something to talk about, and we obviously lost, so you can try to pinpoint stuff and the reasons, and obviously I didn't have to talk to any of y'all to wake up and know I didn't play well in Game 2, so that doesn't change my outlook on the series or what I need to do. If I don't shoot the ball, I'm going to, but if I don't shoot the ball well Game 3, it won't change a thing about how I approach the next one. You come to the game with the right intentions, the right approach, and more times than not, it'll work out in your favor.
Steph, what about defensively? Before the series, you said you expected them to come at you every time on pick and roll, and they have. Not that much success in Game 1, but more success in Game 2. What do you expect going forward, and how have you sort of evolved and improved the last couple of years, you think, defensively?
Yeah, it's going to stay the same, and I'm going to be in a situation where you got to get stops and take on that challenge. I think Game 2, I was a little in between, indecisive. Wasn't as aggressive on that end as I was in game one for whatever reason. And, you know, again, whether they get a bucket or not, my job is to make it tough on them. And I did that really well game one. Game two, I had some, watching the film, I just had plays where I was, like I said, I was just in between whether to switch, whether or not, which way to send the guy. You just gotta have a little bit more assuredness of what you're doing on the defensive end. Know that you got guys behind you ready to rotate, and we all got to be on the same page. And I think that's what the difference between game one and game two was. Understood what it took for me to elevate that part of my game to a level that we could win a championship with. Obviously, I know what my strengths are in this league, and that's to score the ball and be a playmaker. Defensively, I have some skill sets that I can rely on. You know, just a sense of anticipation, trying to be in the right place at the right time, quick hands. You know, being able to stay in front of the ball. I'm not going to block shots. I'm not going to be that type of guy, but you got to figure out a way to have an impact. And every year I found a little bit more confidence in that standpoint.
How much do you think your size is an obstacle defensively? I mean, you've obviously overcome that in spades on offense, but does that come into play more on defense?
To a certain extent. I mean, I can still. Guys can, whether I'm 6'3", whether you're 6'7", you probably have a little bit more of a chance to contest some shots and get in the way. But for the most part, I don't think it's too much of a deficiency in that sense. You just got to overcompensate a little bit, you know, with me getting stronger as I've been in the league, be able to stand people up and whatnot, and just continue to be smarter on that end of the floor so that you can anticipate where you need to be and you're not playing catch-up. That's the biggest thing.
Steph, the fact that you kind of gradually built your workload last series against New Orleans in terms of minutes, where do you feel you're at overall just in terms of the
Feeling pretty good. I mean, on the top of my head, I can't remember how many minutes I played game one, game two, but felt fresh out there, felt like I never need to look at coach like, hey, get me out, I'm tired. So that's a positive, and the intensity of how I'm playing, I'm able to sustain that, and that's all I can ask for in that department. And now you just got to put together the total package, and I think I'm really close to that.
Steve just said Steph and Oracle are a good mix. Do you feel different when you're at home?
I mean, the Warriors at Oracle are a different story for sure.
About you.
I mean, we all love playing in front of our home crowd. If you had a choice of where you want to play, obviously you choose Oracle every day of the week. But we've always talked about, even when we start a series out at home, you start off, well, go on the road, you may split, whatever, you come home for that game 5, and it's not just showing up at home means you're going to walk into a win. You got to have the right execution, the right mindset going in to allow the crowd to be into it, to allow the fireworks to start, and allow that advantage to show up. And that's what we want to control the most, with our preparation for Sunday. And then everything should happen the way it's supposed to, with our crowd getting into it, our flow, our rhythm, Warrior basketball, showing up, and having a good 48-minute night.
Chris Paul spoke out against about today's school shooting just outside of Houston, saying that playoffs come secondary. Is that something that you agree with, and what message do you send to Houston?
Obviously, you send your thoughts and prayers. It's a tragic situation that hurts your heart when you think about kids going to school being safe, and obviously glad that CP said something about it. It is an issue that is way bigger than basketball, way more important than basketball, and something that needs to be addressed. and hopefully that happens. We feel like a broken tape recorder every time you see a situation like this happen that needs to be addressed for sure.